Hello there. This is a WEN rotary carver toolkit. This, I believe, was $35 on Amazon. I like the WEN knockoff Dremels. You do not have to have a Dremel to get into wood carving if you've never tried it. The Dremel's a lot more expensive now. The flex shaft's a lot more expensive. This comes with the rotary tool thing, the motor itself, and the flex shaft. The flex shafts aren't that great that comes with these, but I'm going to show you what you can do to make it greater. So let's get rid of this useless box and show you what's inside here. All right, it comes with this cloth bag. Myself, normally I just kind of toss this stuff out. But this could be like a nice little bag to put my knives in. You know, this is a little shield thing. They send you like a little plexiglass shield. I do keep these. These work good acting as like little routers if you're going to do signs or something. Got the flat edge. So I keep these around. Here's the WEN itself. Now this WEN makes two different types. They make the orange one or the blue one. This one is 1.5 amps. So this is more powerful than the blue one. This one, what does it spin? 6,000 to 35,000 RPMs. I don't know if that's quite true. This would basically be using like Dremel, probably just a little bit higher than a Dremel 3500. So here's that. Here's the flex shaft, okay, that they give you with it. So let's just move this off this side. There's instructions in here. Toss those away. What's inside here? Here's your little key thing and your stuff and your drills and your little thing. And here's like, I guess, a light or something. When you're using your carver, you can have this light on it. And it will show you your piece you're carving brighter, I guess. But that's useless to me. And I guess we got a box of little bits in here. And yeah, we got all these things in here too. So all these things here are pretty well useless to me, but I do keep them around. These are your collets. All right, so you can have like 1/8 or the smaller bits, like the little diamond bits and stuff like that. So these are different size collets. But the collet that's already inside here is the 1/8. Now, I myself, all I use is the 1/8 bits. Just Carve Rob will use smaller bits. There's 3 different sizes. There's the 1/8, then you can just search it. So anyways, this carver, why I'm making this video right now, why I bought this on WEN, is because I'm doing a 6 or 7 day wood spirit, carve a wood spirit every day for the haters that love to hate that I make the wood spirit videos all the time. So that's what I'm doing. So this, if you haven't done it yet, you can order this on Amazon, get this, and then you can follow along with the 7-day wood spirit video. I'm starting from the very basics of a wood spirit, and then each video I'm trying to get better and focus on something. You know, so like the second video, I focus on the nose. The third video, beard hairs. The fourth video, but they're all different wood spirits. So all you need is this, and this I do. Let's get rid of this tag on here. This and the flex shaft. Now, the Dremel flex shafts are a lot better than these flex shafts. Okay, I do use my Dremel flex shaft with these WENs. There's a special way to hook it up. Okay, and I'm going to show that. But say if you don't have the money to go buy a Dremel flex shaft and you can only use this, you can still use it. Now, where's that bag of little things here that I got here? Right here. So here's your little key chuck thing. I hate opening these Ziploc bags. So you got your little screwdriver thing here, right? You got a little flat head there. If you got to change your brushes on your thing. Now, it comes with this thing. It gives you some little drill bits in here, but this is what you're going after. But also a burr would work too, like the back end of a burr. So here's a burr right here, and here's the piece that they send you with it. So this is how you change your burrs on this one. This is better than Dremel because you can't wear it out, but I don't know. You got that hole in there, this little shaft thing. It goes in the hole. you spin it, and you lock it up. Then you can see it gets locked in the shaft inside here. Then you can unturn this and put your new burr in here. So what I do suggest for the very beginners is when you buy this, you go on Amazon, you search Dremel 1/8 collets. Now this is a collet. This is what the burr goes inside here. Where's that burr gone? So this is your collet that goes inside there. Okay. Now your burr goes in here. And then the screw will lock it tight when it's in there. Now these collets are known from all these flex shafts that you buy, that you get when you buy the cheap knockoff Dremels, they're all basically like this. Okay? All of them, besides the Apex Forge makes a better one, but they're all like this. So what I have, like I said, let me just go in the drawer here, the junk drawer. What I have is a bunch of collets in here that I've saved over the years. All right? See the collets in there? Different sizes and stuff and things. Now, I'll leave a link to it below. I'll leave a link to this WEN for Amazon listed below too. I'll leave 3 links. I'll leave a link for this. I'll leave a link for the Dremel collet. And I'll leave a link for the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. This is all you need to do to get started. And this is 1/8 shaft right here. It's all you need to do to get started to carve wood spirit. Now this will be a Dremel. Let me just find it here, please. A Dremel 1/8 collet. Okay. So right here. So you see the ones that they send you? These are gold. They look gold. They're copper or brass. These ones they look chrome. But I think they're aluminum. Now I use this collet in here. Now, why I use this collet instead of the collet that they give you, the Dremel collet, because these collets, when you're carving, pretend this is on the handpiece, when you're carving, these burrs always seem to slide out of these collets. I don't know why, they just don't have the grip or what it is, the paint or stuff that they put on here, but they always seem to slide out. It can never lock in properly. But if you put the Dremel collet on there, you'll have a better chance of it not sliding out. Okay? So I already have the Dremel collet in there. Do I? Is it in there? Yes, it is. All right, so then you put your burr in here. You get your little thing that they send you, your little Allen key thing. It's just round. It's not an Allen key. Then you spin it, and then you get your little wrench and you lock it up. All right. So another thing that I suggest for the very beginners, or even the seasoned pros. Now, with this flex shaft, you got an inner flex shaft. Okay. This is the inner flex shaft. These break. You can break these, and I think these are the same size as Dremel. Actually, not these ones. These ones, oh, they might be, but these ones have a little locker thing on them. Can you see that where my finger is? There's a little washer thing, a compressed washer on there. But what I do, when you get these things and they're brand new, you might have problems with this handpiece overheating. This handpiece will get hot when you're carving for not very long. Or you're carving long, then all of a sudden it starts getting hot. Now the problem with that is I don't care what anybody says. This is what I say, and this is my opinion. What happens is there's too much grease inside this flex shaft that comes from the manufacturer. If you're a heavy carver, there's too much grease inside here, okay? So what there's this outer sheath. There's like a round coil spring that goes all the way down here. Then there's the inner flex shaft. So what I do is I pull this right out. I just get rid of it. I pull it out. Now I got a rag. Let's see if I got a somewhat clean rag. I get a rag, and I wipe off all the grease on this. I don't care. People might be like, yeah, you need to add more grease. Actually, not me. Less grease, the better. Less grease, less overheating. Because what happens when you're carving, let me just put this back in here, please. When you're carving with this, let's see here, put it back in. When you're carving, don't let sawdust get in there. But when you're carving, I'm just wiping the sawdust off with this fingers. When you're carving with this, all the grease inside this shaft will get hot and get more watery and then leak down into your handpiece that will sit in here, and that's why they overheat, right? So wipe off the grease when you first get it. Okay? Okay. Now, this, they got a 1/8 collet in here, then I got the Dremel collet in here. So you just pull off this thing. Now, this is why they have that compressed little washer on there, because you just open this up and you just slide that into here. Boom, right? Then you tighten it, you lock this up. Where's your little wrench? I don't know where that's gone. So I got pliers here. And I just get my pliers, hit your pin, lock it, tighten it up, right? So there's that, and do it up. Now you're good to carve. You're good to go. But what I suggest to do is, let me just get this on here tight. It's hard to do on these videos because I only got this space to film it. So it's on there good. So these need to be warmed up. You know, like the flex shaft needs to be broken in. This motor needs to be broken in. So what I suggest doing is, this is really hard to show on camera. What I suggest doing is hanging this unit. This is even for the Dremel flex shaft too. This is for any rotary tool. Get your unit, turn it on full blast. Okay, so this one goes up to 6. Or what's going on here? 5, 4, 3, 2, 6, then max. So you hang this whole unit lower, okay? Hang it, and then hold this up high. So this is up as high, this handpiece is up as high as you can go, right? The rotary motor itself is hanging low, and run it on max for 5 minutes, because then that way, and then after you do that, also take this apart again, take out the inner flex shaft, and wipe the grease off it again, because there might be a bunch of grease in this handpiece. So you holding this up high, this handpiece, letting this hang lower, as low as it will go. I'll try and film me doing it for a second. You might heat up the grease inside this handpiece. It will go back onto your inner flex shaft. Pull your inner flex shaft off, wipe that grease off the inner flex shaft, and you probably will never have a problem with these overheating. Okay? I do it with Dremels, I do it with all. I usually just coil these up and put these away and hook up my Dremel flex shaft. I'll show you how to hook up the Dremel flex shaft in a minute. So that's that. So let's get this plugged in. Let's break in this handpiece and break it in. It takes a good 5-10 minutes to break this in, everything. So it's running maximum speed. All right. The Dremel collet, the Dremel 1/8 collet is very important to get for inside here. Your burs won't slip out as easy. You'll hear it speed up. The more you break it in, you'll hear the motor itself speed up. Do this for 5 minutes. Okay, so I did that for a good 5 minutes. I can even feel this handpiece heating up. So what if you got to repeat this process, then repeat it. Okay, so then where's my little thing? Get your wrench, take this off. Take the inner flex shaft out again. And see there's a little bit of grease on there? Get rid of that grease. Get your rag and wipe off the grease again. And if your handpiece keeps on heating up, keep repeating that process. And eventually your handpiece won't heat up anymore. Do her back up. And you should be good. Come on. Do her back up, and you should be good to carve. Like I said, I know repeat. If this keeps on heating up, repeat that process. There's no way to take these handpieces apart, I don't think. At least see, there might be, but I don't know. I just chuck them away. Okay, so here's my workbench, and below my workbench, what's this, a desk, do it. There's my foot pedals. One's for the Dremel, one's for the Fordham. These 2 foot pedals are speed control. You do not have to have a speed control foot pedal. The foot pedals make it so you can use you don't have to keep on turning your piece on with your hands. You don't have to stop carving. Move your hand over, turn your motor off. Now watch. This is how easy it is. See? Just doing it with my foot. Now, the good thing about these knockoff Fordhams is I think they might even did it because of me, but I suggested in my earlier videos getting a speed control foot pedals for your Fordhams. Now the Dremels. Okay? Start over again, Jordy. The earlier Dremels, you could use a speed control foot pedal with them, but Dremel put some blocker in there. Dremels now, so you cannot use a speed control foot pedal. Dremel says using a speed control foot pedal is bad for the Dremel because, so you got your speeds here. See? You got your speeds here. Now, if you don't have this, they just say that if you use a speed control foot pedal with the Dremel and you use the speed control on the Dremel itself, they'll cross pass and you'll fry your Dremel. You'll melt your Dremel or screw up some wires inside or something like that. So when I use a speed control foot pedal with these knockoff ones now, I never adjust this. Okay, I just always keep this on max. Then I use a speed control with my foot pedal. So you can use speed control having a foot pedal. Okay, if you buy a foot pedal on Amazon, make sure it doesn't say just on off. If you're going to use this, make sure it's a speed control foot pedal. It says speed control, not just on off. On off, if you have a Dremel, I suggest getting the cheap WEN pedal that says on off. It doesn't do speed control because Dremels won't do speed control. But if you get something like this, I suggest getting a foot pedal with your rotary carver is a huge game changer, especially when you're using the flex shafts, right? Like, watch speed control. Look how slow that's going. See how slow that's going? Let's speed it up. Slow it down. See, I'm doing all this with my foot. Okay? Speed control foot pedal when you get this one. I suggest, maybe even getting some more money and buying the old sewing machine foot pedals work too, if you can find it. But the old sewing machine speed control foot pedals have to have the normal plugs. Make sure if you're in a thrift store and you're looking at sewing machines, you see a pedal there with it, make sure it has a normal 120 plugs or 240 plugs, wherever you are around the world. Make sure it can plug into the wall. So this plugs into the speed control foot pedal, and the foot pedal plugs into the wall. But if you just do a one on, you don't have to have. I just usually run my bits full speed, go harder to touch, lighter to touch. I don't use speed control that much. So WEN does make a great little pedal. So I'll leave a link to that below too, to that pedal. So but it's just on off, and it's a nice little metal pedal, right? It's cheap. So I'll leave a link to this rotary. And I'm not trying to make money. Yes, I make money if you buy from my Amazon store. I don't care. I'm not trying to make money here. I'm doing it to help you guys out. Get what you need to carve wood spirits. I'll leave a link to this WEN, the orange one. I'll leave a link to the foot pedal. I'll leave a link to the Kutzall extreme flame bit, which is my go-to bit for carving. Okay. And then I'll leave a link to the Dremel flex shaft. Now, I'll show you how to hook up the Dremel flex shaft on this. The Dremel flex shafts are a lot better than these things, but you can carve with this. You can start carving. Okay, I'm going to show you the whole process. This is the cheap one on here. Let's get rid of this burr out of here because, well, I want to use it. I'm going to keep my Dremel. So this is just the burr I use. Just put it in the hole there. See the hole? Right there. I don't know if I can't see on camera if you guys can see it or not. Lock that in tight. Okay, so that's in there. Just get your wrench and get the burr out. Oh, it wasn't even locked in. So that's that, right? So we'll take this off, and I'll save this for a rainy day in case my Dremel flex shaft breaks and I don't have a replacement inner shaft. So the Dremel flex shaft that I'm going to be hooking up is it's an old one. It's on its last legs. I just repaired it. There'll be a video coming out pretty soon after the wood spirit videos about how to fix it. So here's your Dremel flex shaft, right? This is the best one. The only thing about these Dremel flex shafts, I don't like where they put this locking key. And sometimes you're carving, you put your hand on it, and well, you wear the inner shaft. You wear the lock hole on the inner shaft, though. I don't want to really get into it. So where's the flex shaft here? So this, you got your 1/8 collet in here. You have to, sometimes you have to take it apart, put it together and take it apart a couple of times because you have to put this in a certain length. And, I just don't know. So put it in until you think's good, then lock her up. Now the Dremel Dremel kits will send you a square drive nut to put on here, but these guys don't. Well, maybe they do now, I don't know, but this is how I do it. So put it in there, lock her up, and tighten her up. Now let me put a burr in here. Come on. Get the burr in there. Now let's see if this will work. Boom. That's how easy it is to hook up the Dremel flex shaft. Sometimes you might have to adjust how far you put the inner flex shaft in here. Sometimes you might be carving and it might skip. It will feel like this is skipping. That's because you put this in too far and it won't reach up in your handpiece. So sometimes you have to, like I said, repeat, adjust how much this goes inside here. But it looks like I did it perfect. So I think that's it. You're ready to carve. Now, after this video, I'll have the 7 days of carving a wood spirit each day. But I just want to announce right now that me and Just Carve Rob are having a challenge after Aiden and Amy Jo are done their Valentine's Day challenge. It's going to be a big challenge. I think Spike's going to be included. I might have a couple other people included. I have me and this challenge. This idea was Just Carve Rob's idea. And I said, I love the idea. I think we should have a challenge with it. And Just Carve Rob actually agreed to have a challenge with it too. So we're going to have we're going to make this a big challenge, have lots of prizes. We're going to ask people to see if they can chip in. The people that chip in will get their names showed out and they'll have a chance to win a good prize too. I don't make any money on these challenges. It's a lot of work to do these challenges. But the more people that we can get to chip in for this, it doesn't matter how much money you chip in. The more people that we can get to chip in on this one, the Halloween one I didn't really ask. The more people we can get to chip on this one, the better prizes we can get. And it helps for shipping and all that stuff too. So that's what's coming up. And that's after Amy, Jo, and Aiden are done their Valentine's Day challenge. And I think it's going to be, it might be one of the easiest challenges, but it's going to be a super fun challenge. Anyways, that's that. I hope this helps you. I'll leave the link to the WEN, the Dremel flex shaft, the WEN foot pedal. Remember, it's just the on-off, and the Kutzall extreme flame bit below this video. And the next day after this video, you're going to get 7 full days of wood spirit carvings with the WEN. I've already carved 3 now, but I'm going to put this video out front so you can get the stuff and start carving. See, told you it'll make my knife carving kit thing. Got my cut resistant glove there, a little strop. Let's do this up. Spin her around. got all my knives in here. Yeah, I'm getting quite the pile of carving knives.